All right, welcome back to Coming Monday, a podcast about Jammy Buffett. I'm Mike Postolakis.
And I'm Caleb McCraw.
And with us today is the singer-songwriter of... does it already stink?
No, it's...
Because it could go off the rails quick. Is the singer-songwriter of Jammy Buffet, Bob Barrick. Bob, welcome
Howdy.
to the show. Thanks for having us.
Please, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure. I'm just kind of swinging through town and meeting up with you guys. So
yeah, dude, I'm glad we could
me.
hook up. Your band just kind of came into my algorithm a couple of weeks ago, and now I've been listening to it a lot. Like I said off camera, I listened to it the other night. It goes well with an edible gummy. How long you guys had the band?
Band's been around since April of 2024, I believe, and we've only been really operating in force for 6 to 9 months or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, to your point, I mean, it seems like we're on everybody's radar these days, and we're doing, no pun intended, we're making waves.
Nice. This is a big pun podcast.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we love that stuff.
What was the? I mean, obviously you're a fan of Jimmy, but what was the impetus of the band to be let's because I'm also obviously a Deadhead, Big Fish guy, which I know is divisive sometimes, but to be hey, let's stretch these songs out a little bit. Let's give them some sea legs, if you will.
Yeah, the idea came from, I've talked about this in other podcasts and whatever, but your audience doesn't know. I live in Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
That's where I've lived for the past decade or so. And there's a big jam band scene there. So I used to go around to these jam band bars, and I would kind of have nothing to talk to these dudes about because I don't really do a lot of drugs. Mm-hmm. I'm not I like the Dead, but I'm not super into it, at least at that point in my life. These days I'm deeper into it. And the only thing I had for them was a joke, which was, hey, I'm a big Parrot head. I think it'd be an excellent idea to start a band called Jammy Buffet. And it would always get a laugh, and that was always just kind of in the back of my mind. It's just a joke to drop on people. And then he died. And when he passed away, everybody does their little tributes in their town. You probably saw one. There's probably one that happened here. And it kind of behooved me to do that in Boulder. And we threw the show. It was really successful. I was making that joke backstage because we weren't called Jammy Buffett for that particular show. And from the success of that show, and having hired all these jam band guys to play on that particular set with us, it struck me that man, this is not only a good path business wise, but this music really speaks to me. We did something different with this particular set that I personally, having gone to many shows, had never experienced with this music before, and it seems to have hit people. So that's the long version of saying I stumbled into it.
Yeah, right. So what are some jam bands in Boulder, Colorado? Is that where String Cheese is from?
Yeah, the Cheese is from there, and those guys are around. The Samples.
The Samples. I dated a girl in college that was a big Samples fan. That was the 70s. That bombed. Cut that way, Ayden. Because God, is there another musical genre
In Boulder? No.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking where it's man, this is great, and then there's a whole bunch that's this is not good at all.
Well, I think we've stumbled on one with this podcast because I don't know if you've listened to other beach-themed music. It's not always awesome.
No, that's true, dude. Hey, we love our trop rock friends, but not all of it is up to Jimmy's standards.
I know. What is
or my standards of Jimmy, rather.
And art. I mean, I can't think of other than the Beach Boys, another.
Yeah, trop rock.
What is that formula?
Chesney, maybe.
Chesney, yeah. Maybe Zach Brown kind of teeters on that a little bit, but they also get into jam bandy stuff.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I can't really speak of any more beach flavored music. That song by Jane's Addiction, Jane Says, has a steel drum in it.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of beachy. The thing with jam band music is that, the music's really important. It seems to me that it is more about the live experience in the scene, and things start to translate once you're engaged in the scene, which is incidentally exactly what it's like with Buffett's music. I've tried to explain Buffett's music to my friends my entire life, and nobody gets it until they come to a Jammy Buffett show, and they're like, dude, fuck, what have I been missing out on?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I told you, bro, you waited until he died to experience this. That's your fault, you know?
Yeah, it is a weird thing to like try and explain or get people into.
Well, I think Buffett's one of those things, at least for me especially, like it's so connected to just like memories I have of other things. Because like I said, my dad's a big Jimmy Buffett fan. Both my parents are, but it's like whenever I listen to Jimmy Buffett, I'm not necessarily.
Are they swingers?
No, they are not. Let's get that very clear. No, they are not.
There's still time.
I mean, you know,
Do they want to be?
I mean, you're not living there. You don't know what they're doing.
I moved out. They are trying to get my sister to move out very seriously, which is
they're
odd.
looking to get down.
But going to a nice thing about my parents, it's just that, like I remember like going to the beach with my parents. Like we would listen to Jimmy Buffett like on the way there when we were there, and like I just remember that aspect of it. So it's like that where he said it's such like an experience based music as opposed to like having it come on the radio and being like, oh, this is an awesome song or something like that.
Yeah. But with Jimmy, there's like what I would say like moderate hedonism. Like it never like goes too far, and like no song is ever like, oh my god, I gotta get off the sugar or whatever. You know what I mean? Like even like the Dead, like it turns a little dark every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But like with Jimmy, it's like good time, like just always.
Yeah, I think that he really controlled any darkness that was happening in his life and try to stay on the bright side of things. And even in the parking lots, you know, I mean, I assume that you guys were lot lizards.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they call them, right?
That's a different classification. But, yeah, my first concert, I actually, it was at Buckeye Lake in Ohio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. And I was like 16, I want to say. And me and a bunch of friends drove up. And we drank Harry Buffalo. You ever had that?
No. It sounds like a Mad Dog 2020 kind of vibe.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, well, first of all, you make it in a trash can. So that should tell you how good it is. And it's also made by teenagers. So it's there's not a lot of like an exact recipes, let's say. And I got too drunk and passed out in the dirt, you know, the parking lot. And my friends left me there. And I also cooked in the sun. I got like a bad sunburn. So I actually technically missed my first Jimmy Buffett concert.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah.
The only time I was ever going to go to a Jimmy Buffett concert was in college. He was going to the North Charleston Coliseum, and a hurricane hit that weekend, and they canceled the show, which I feel like is not really in the spirit of what it should have been. But you know, that's fine.
So you'd never been to a Buffett concert?
I never got to go to one. My parents were really into it, and then like obviously like I grew up like I was talking about it on the last episode. Like I grew up, I was like any house that has an above ground pool like mine did, it's on the playlist when you're outside. So you just kind of get it through osmosis.
Yeah.
How many did you end up going to?
I couldn't count. But I grew up in Noblesville, Indiana, which is home to what's called now Ruoff Home Mortgage Center, but it's called Deer Creek to anybody that's from there, and it's legendary in the Dead and Fish circuit, and then also in the Buffett circuit. So we went every summer. My first show was supposed to be on Tuesday, September 11th, 2001, and they had to cancel it for some reason. So.
Understandable.
And so
if you ever needed good times and good vibes, that'd have been that day.
Yeah. So what ended up being my first concert, I think, was in 2003, 2004, maybe, because my family like moved and then we came back. And then almost every year since then, there was a period in college where I was too cool for it, but I revisited it. You know, the final show that I saw him was Red Rocks in 2022, I guess is it would have been. I live in Colorado. That was incredible, man.
Yeah,
he did. It was 2 nights. And they did kind of dissimilar set lists. You know, he was known for repeating his sets, but those particular nights they broke things up a little bit. And he did. I vividly remember La Vie Dansant into Last Mango in Paris, maybe the other way around, and that was just like, man, it blew my mind. Like, you know, I was with my buddies who didn't know these tunes, and I had turned to them and I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? They're like, no, we're not. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, one song I distinctly remember when I came to in that first first concert was they played the Stones. You can't always get what you want.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I didn't.
What year is that? What year is that?
That would have been like 94 or 95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, then I went to I ended up going to all through high school we would go. It was just also all of my close buddies were like huge Parrot heads and really cool guys. And but then after sort of like what you said, like after college, I've always listened to them, but like when you have what I would call like an acquired taste kind of act, it's not something I always whip out, but yeah, I hadn't been to a show since then, but then I went in 2015. That was the last one I went to. Good time. What a showman.
Man, I mean, he could control an audience like anybody.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to do it with dancing around and acting like a rooster like Mick Jagger. He could do it just by commanding the crowd and being a presence on stage and being a storyteller.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of live albums and stuff on Spotify, and he really does just play to the crowd in a way that's it's really kind of amazing the way he just can kind of talk in between songs, like one of the bands like Vampin', and just kind of keep everybody engaged and everything. It's really cool to see.
Yeah,
to hear.
I forget who I was talking about this with, but it's a lost art form to be able to be both kind of like a spokesman for your music as well as a musician at the same time. I can only name on one hand a couple of modern artists who do that sort of thing. It's very much like pyrotechnics and shit, even in the folk music world, which is what in the country music world. You guys seen this video of, I think it's Morgan Wallen. We're in Nashville, so I feel the need to talk about country music, despite the fact that I do not listen to modern country music. But I think
neither do I.
I think it's Morgan Wallen.
I've seen a couple Morgan Wallen videos, so I don't know which one you're bringing up.
He pours some gasoline out on stage and lights a match and throws it at the gasoline, and it's supposed to look like he lit the stage on fire, but it was just water the whole time. And it's like sparklers that come up. It's the dumbest shit in the world. He couldn't tell a story like Buffett. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say,
Stick to chair and throws, or cut it again. I flubbed that one too.
Chairing throws for sure.
Chairing throws.
Like Bobby, like Nighty Bobby used to do.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
I believe is the song.
That's the name of the
Okay,
I think that's
Well, all right, Bob. So we on this podcast are going to break down and discuss and talk about one song each episode, and we asked you to pick your favorite song.
Yep.
And you picked One Particular Harbor, and a great song. And kind of segueing from live performances, when I think of One Particular Harbor, I almost always just think of a live version, specifically the one off Feeding Frenzy, which was a CD I had as a kid and it used to listen to a lot. So, what about One Particular Harbor? Made you,
Man.
yeah.
Where to begin? Here's where I'll begin. I'm the kind of guy that if you were to ask me to sing you a Buffett song, I'll sing it to you from front to back. And more likely than not, we'll only miss a couple lines. I know his catalog very, very well, and it's ingrained in me. So it's difficult to pick a favorite song, and it seems like an impossible task to pick a favorite song. But One Particular Harbor is by far my favorite song in Jimmy's entire catalog, if not in at least the top 10 of popular music. And here's why. To your point, you think of it as a live song, right? We think of it in the same text. Obviously, we're a live band. When Jammy Buffett does One Particular Harbor, it is the absolute most joyous moment of the show, not only in the crowd but on stage. And it's because the lyricism and the melody and the progression and just the dynamics of the tune lend itself to being it feels like an ecstatic movement sort of thing, where it feels like I want to drop on the floor and shake. It really has that kind of joy behind it. And really at the core of everything, he's just talking about a place that feels good, really. But there's just something to that melody and the kick drum that crushes. So that is why it's such a great live song, because you can tell that Jimmy really means it when he sings it. It's really fun for the band to sing. It's got this kind of polyrhythm world music thing going on. And the drums are stellar. The recording, though, is what gets it for me. A lot of Jimmy's recordings are, and I know people who can attest to this, I think, are kind of lazily thrown together. He was notorious for doing like one take of vocals or two takes and then saying, you know, that's good. And that's fine because there's a lot of great takes that he did, the first and second take. One particular Harbour, you can hear in that song that he was trying to like actually make something and not just get a song onto tape, right? And he talks about this, the concept behind it. A Jammy Buffett song with a musical concept behind it is in and of itself ridiculous. But like this is one of the tunes where he had a concept and he tried to deliver on it, and it's marrying the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean. So the rhythms of the Caribbean and the Atlantic Ocean with the Trinidadian choir. There's a particular name. Jamie pulled that up for the choir that he used. And those sounds are so disparate and from such different parts of the world, separated by America. The combination of them creates something that is just so one of a kind. And that's what speaks to me.
Yeah, structurally, the song is really cool because it does have like that moment, like especially when he plays it live, that you get everybody like into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, when most of the instruments drop out and it's just the Tahitian. Do you like
Nature lives, have pity for the earth.
I know.
Yeah.
What do you know? What the other one is?
Bounty of the land is expired or something, but there's still bounty in the sea. Something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's exhausted.
Exhausted.
Still bounty in the sea.
Yeah.
Which leads to our Patreon tasting away again in Margaritaville, where we'll be eating a lot of shrimp.
Lots of shrimp, lots of frozen shrimp.
Some calamari in there, I think, too. Yeah, so a little background on the song. It was released in 1983 off the album of the same name, One Particular Harbour.
Great record.
Yeah, very good. Written by Jimmy with a guy named Bobby Holcomb. Holcomb was a Hawaiian-born Tahitian musician. It was released as a single with Distantly in Love as the B-side. Pretty good song. Ended up reaching number 22 on the Billboard Adult Contemporary charts. I do have to bring up, how many charts are there? Because we brought up...
There's a lot, yeah.
For Come Monday, there were 3 different charts.
It was on 3 different ones. I don't know how you decide which one goes on where.
Yeah, there was, for Come Monday, it was easy listening, country, and just regular Billboard.
Yeah.
There was no adult contemporary for Come Monday.
I feel like
That's the most
you could
adult
honestly put
contemporary.
a Jimmy Buffett song on every single one of those charts. It's very weird. This song actually in particular, I don't know how it didn't go into like the reggae charts. Apparently there's not one that exists or something like that. But
The Hot Tahitian 100.
yeah.
I'm a little older than you
Fusion
guys.
world music chart.
When I was a kid, Tahiti was hot. That was like where all the parents went. And who knows? I mean, like Caleb's parents, who knows what they were doing down there. But like, I don't
Where all
know.
the parents used to go and fuck.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think there was some. It was like Hawaii, and then Hawaii's like very expensive, and if you're like my parents, you don't want to be in an airplane for too long. I think like Tahiti, the Bahamas. You don't really hear about people going
Tahiti, yeah. I've always thought of Tahiti as like an insanely far off place. Tahiti might as well be Pandora from an Avatar. Like it's just like not somewhere people go. It's just something you see in movies and TV.
Is it an American colony?
I think it's French. I think it's in
Territory?
French Polynesia.
I think it's
Okay.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't think I could pick it out on a map.
Nah, I couldn't either. I couldn't tell you.
And that brings us to the next segment of the show. I'd love to go to Tahiti. Shit,
Obviously.
why not? Right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously. I'm not knocking the place. I'm just saying I don't know that much about it.
It is France.
It is France.
Nice.
Boom.
Do they still? Is that still French owned? Because they still have a bunch of things. They used to have Haiti, and then that turned sour for them.
Yeah,
I
it's still
think-
it says still territory.
Oh,
France
wow.
really never gave up on the empire concept.
Wow, why are we getting such a bad rap?
I know.
Yeah. We hold ourselves to a higher standard
True.
and then fail to meet it.
Hey.
Hold on.
That Bobby Holcomb guy, so they co-wrote that song. Like how many people how many songs were co-written with somebody?
The Bobby Holcomb component, I can speak to this. He was the like choir director for the Tahitian choir. So he has the co-write on it because he was conducting and writing the that part, you know. But you can dig into his stuff. They have like full there's an album. I totally forget what it's called. But it's basically that. It is just the background vocals to one particular Harbour for an entire album, and it's sick. It reminds me a lot of like like a Ladysmith Black Mambaza, or that Paul Simon worked with. It has a very similar vibe.
Yeah, I did some research on him whenever I was doing research on the song because I had never heard of him before, and I was reading up about him, and it is fascinating. He was born to an American dad and a Portuguese mom, and he was born in Hawaii and he grew up in Tahiti. So he's got this very, like you said, the whole album marries Atlantic and Pacific culture. And I was well, he kind of is the same thing. I mean, his dad's from America, his mom was from Portugal, and then he grew up in Tahiti and Hawaii. So it's kind of fascinating that he was able to do this kind of thing.
What do you think those people vacation?
His parents. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't know what he does.
I don't know, Minnesota.
Yeah,
They go to the Boundary Waters.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has somebody visiting it, so it's probably them.
So, doing a little research of my own, Jimmy was inspired to write it while traveling the islands, and he was sitting out on a balcony at his hotel room watching local children play. The video for one particular Harbour was shot in Tahiti.
Yeah, on location.
On location of the Mel Gibson motion picture, The Bounty.
Yeah, The Bounty.
Oh, right. It's on a boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't watch that.
Yeah, all the boat, the costumes, all from the Mel Gibson picture.
Yeah, he literally just
Wild.
It's just funny to think of the idea of Jimmy Buffett walking up and being hey, we're going to film a video here. And they're just all right, let's do it.
I mean, I believe it. You know, I never met the guy, but I know people who have. And my understanding is that he was the kind of dude that would walk up to you and just by virtue of his attitude alone, you would want to roll with him. You know,
I thought you were talking about Mel Gibson for a second.
yeah.
He's not laid back. He might come up to you and start yelling some stuff. So that being your favorite song, is that your favorite song to play live with Jammy Butler?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. A Jammy Buffett show it's so unique because every show's different. We're a jam band. So, we're in a lot of situations making stuff up on the fly. I mean, I love playing one particular Harbour, but there are some, we do a son of a sailor into Come Monday. It's kind of our calling card these days, and it'll probably change as time goes on. But there in the middle there, we oftentimes find ourselves in a completely new territory, writing a new song or playing some other song that wasn't on the set list. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say what. I mean, I said earlier that one particular Harbour is our favorite. I rescind that to say that it's difficult to know what the favorite is because we make up shit, Yeah. And that's really the fun part of the show.
Yeah. I bet but again, that part in the song when it sort of drops out, I'm sure, and we'll experience because you guys are going to be here on October 30th. And we'll be in attendance for that show.
Chiefs on Broadway.
Shout out to it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays. One funny thing, you get a pretty diverse audience in terms of age. I saw in the video.
I mean, we get young people out. Obviously, that show that I told you guys about in Boulder, the first one that we had, there were 3 oxygen tanks in the audience, and I love our oxygen tank fans, and we thank you all for coming. But it's nice to see. After our last tour, the shows start skewing younger because it's representative of what I want to accomplish with this particular act, which is bring Buffett's music to people who wouldn't otherwise listen to him, and turn them on to a whole new catalog. It's just like my friends who never would come to a Buffett show with me and are now getting turned on to it. I want to do that to the world so that I feel less alone in it.
Yeah, and we're definitely trying to tap into that scooter crowd as well, for sure.
We're trying to get them to learn how to use the internet, and then after that, we're going to be we're going to be right where we need to be. So.
This isn't called a podcast, by the way; it's a TV show. Have you ever had anybody throw hotel keys on the stage?
No,
because that's a move older people would sort of know, right?
No, I don't think is the implication that they want to fuck me.
Yeah, I think a 55-year-old divorcee looking to get pounded in a airport Ramada.
I think that they know that I am not the one who does the pounding.
Okay. Do you have a band member who? No, just all right. Again,
look to your left.
That. Oh yeah, this guy over here, good-looking guy. Sure. So now you guys are on tour. the back to school tour. Is that right?
Yeah, when is this being released?
Probably like 2 weeks.
Couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah, our first show on the back to school tour is, I guess technically, the Son of a Sailor Fest, which was on September 19th in Mobile, Alabama, or 20th. I'm not sure. It's Saturday, whenever that is. And then our first like non-festival date is October 9th at the Vogue Theater in Indianapolis, where I'm from. And yeah, I'm really psyched about it. We're just hitting Indy, and then we're moving south. Nice. As far south as Baton Rouge and Gainesville. Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Is this the first tour or
Second.
What's been your favorite city to play so far? What's the rowdiest?
Nantucket.
That checks out. Yeah,
Nantucket is wild, man. You know, Jimmy had, I guess he like spent some time there, so we ran into some folks who knew him, and you know, and there were a lot of people in the audience who wanted to tell us stories about their experiences with him and whatnot. But more than anything, Nantucket is just, it's a beautiful place full of people with a lot of time on their hands. And yeah, it's a party. It's sick. Yeah.
Are there any cities you're looking to play next time? Like, have you ever been to St. Augustine?
We're not announced yet, but we are maybe thinking about going to St. Augustine next year.
You, that's a party town. You guys will.
Yeah.
St. Augustine, like that whole southern East Coast place, like St. Augustine, Savannah, like those places like that would probably be great places to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of people who probably, if they don't know who Jimmy Buffett is, they're into the lifestyle of drinking rum and partying in the streets.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, we're playing in Athens, Georgia. That's one that I'm really looking forward to at the Georgia Theater. So that'll be really cool. I think it's November 1st or something like that. And then I really want to get to, and I think we will, the Carolinas. The Carolina coast is it means a lot to me, and it's really beautiful. And there's a
Carolina coast. So you said it means a lot to you. Like, did you vacation there when you were a kid, or
no? My wife is from North Carolina, so since we've been together, I've been going to North Carolina.
Okay, because I grew up in South Carolina, and I grew up going to like Myrtle Beach and stuff. And I told on an earlier episode that like I always thought when I was a kid, I was like, Jimmy Buffett, he's the guy that owns that cool restaurant we always go to. But yeah, like we used to, like I'm gonna tell you, there's people that Jimmy Buffett's still kicking around and people still love him. It is the Myrtle Beach area. Myrtle Beach up to like the Outer Banks of North Carolina. That's a big deal there.
I mean, I live Folly Beach. You spend time in Folly Beach?
Yeah, I went to school in Charleston.
Okay,
so yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I got stung by a jellyfish surfing at Folly Beach a couple years ago. Really harrowing experience for somebody of my character and build.
Did you get?
It's interesting for you, someone of your complexion, to be red hair and freckles, to be into such tropical music. It's really the risk you're taking for us. I find to be very.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that somebody's finally recognizing that. You know, because I am really quite literally putting myself out there.
What
I'm actually coated in sunscreen right now, and we are inside.
We got some hot lights here. Yeah. Do you? By the way, little trivia. Can you name the big 8?
Just off the top of my head.
Yeah, because Caleb couldn't do it. He really
Margaritaville, Harbour, Volcano, Cheeseburger, probably Pirate. What else is going to be in there?
There's one X so far. I got.
They added. Oh, really?
We're doing 3 strikes. I got 6 out of the 8. He likes to act like I did.
I mean, they probably added 5 o'clock and made it a big 9 at some point. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Brown Eyed Girl, I would imagine. They probably had to play that every show. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a deep cut guy. So what'd I get wrong?
Yeah, no Brown Eyed Girl. It's obviously Margaritaville.
I'm not even a fan.
Actually, I'm not. I don't like that song. I don't even like the Van Morrison version.
Oh, Brown Eyed Girl?
Brown Eyed Girl.
I like it.
I like it.
I feel like it's one of those songs I've just heard too many times. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, you should go see the Reefers on tour right now. Will Kimbrough's doing Brown Eyed Girl, and he crushes it. He destroys it. Yeah, he sells it in a way I've never heard it sold.
The Reefers are they're still going around and doing.
Yeah, they're touring with the Doobie Brothers right now. I mean, I think they just got off, but
yeah,
they're still doing it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I know Everclear did a version. Not good.
I don't think you hate Brown Eyed Girl. I think you hate Everclear.
Not true. I was a big Everclear fan back in the 90s.
I also love Everclear. If anybody has some, I'd love to have some after the show. So.
No, I think that's what you make Harry Buffalo out of is Everclear. That's what you put in the.
Okay.
Well, you said it was made by teenagers in a trash can, so that sounds.
Yeah, but we'd have to get like clear. I think it's like 160 proof. I don't drink anymore, so I don't know what proofs are.
Teenage Trash is where Everclear is and where Everclear fans are.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Sparkle and Fade, pretty good album. The big 8 is Margaritaville, Come Monday, Fins.
Of course, Come Monday, yeah. And Fins, fucking.
Volcano, Pirate, Cheeseburger, Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw?
Of course. Okay, yeah.
And Changes in Latitude.
Okay, so all the songs that we have to play at every show, or else people come up to us and they go, "Why don't you play blah blah blah?" You know? And
Yeah.
it's like-
So what are
It's the
what are
exact
some
same
of your
situation.
favorite deep cuts to play?
Oh, man. Okay, to play, we do a Livingston Saturday night that I have quite a lot of fun with.
Can I make a request and have you guys play that on?
It depends.
Yeah.
What
Depends
is it?
on if I make the request.
It depends on if I accept the request.
Yeah, I would love to hear that on October 30th.
Okay. Oh, what I just said.
Livingston, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I bet we
great
will
too.
do that. We do a Cuban Crime of Passion.
Cuban Crown Passions is an underrated one.
Oh, that crushes, man. Yeah, Brendan leads that one. What else do we do? We're doing Manana lately, which is pretty
Manana's
cool.
good.
And we often come out and do like a solo duo kind of singer-songwriter thing. And more often than not, we do pirate there because people really want pirate. But sometimes we'll throw out a ballad that you don't hear that often. I mean, one of my favorite 70s tunes is the Wino and I Know. So we'll pull the Wino and I Know out for that, or like a Havana Daydreamin'.
It's weird when you hear someone referring to these as deep cuts because they're like all the songs that I love, and I'm just like, when you're like, yeah, this is like these ones not everybody listens to. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm used to talking to people who, like, when they think of Jimmy Buffett, they only think of Cheeseburger in Paradise. I heard this story. Oh my God, I forgot to tell anybody about this. So my family is like huge parrot heads, obnoxiously so. They don't have the tattoos and everything, but like, it's annoying, and I'm annoying for it. So I found out. My mom told me when I was back home a couple days ago that my sister in the mid '90s, she was going to school and she really wanted to go to a Jimmy Buffett concert at Deer Creek, and my parents were like forbade her. They were like, "You're not going to that music center. Worshiping the devil." And my dad said, claims that he never said this, but my mom says with definitiveness that he said, "Why would you want to see Jimmy Buffett anyway? All he sings is Cheeseburger in Paradise." Fast forward 3 years, my dad's entire fucking personality is Jimmy Buffett.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that is like the song that I think people like the layman would be like, "Oh yeah, the cheeseburger guy." And it's like, "Oh my God, you're missing so many."
Yeah, it really is. Like, I mean, didn't Bob Dylan say like he's his favorite songwriter or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah, I mean, like it is. There's so much more to it, and I've told so many.
And
people
he brought up deep cuts. He was like, "You got to listen to like
Death
Death
of
of an
an
Unpopular
yeah.
Poet."
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
like, I'm like,
That's
this guy
an
knows
Unpopular
what he's talking
Poet's a
about.
great one. Yeah,
He wasn't like, "Hey, Boat Drinks is great,"
Yeah, exactly.
which it is. I mean, it's great, but
I love boat drinks. I mean, I do kind of have this theory that there is that Buffett fandom is kind of like a horseshoe sort of effect. Like you start with the obvious stuff, and then you get into the deep cuts, and you start thinking that the obvious stuff is dumb, and then you find your way back to the obvious stuff, and you're like, actually, Fins to the left, Fins to the right is maybe one of the more complex and intimate lyrics he ever wrote.
yeah. No, I'm totally on.
Yeah.
Fins is like one I'm totally on right now, which is like that's like one I would probably skip for a long time because it's just so. But yeah, no, I'm jamming that one, and Boat Drinks I've been jamming a lot.
Oh, boat drinks.
Boat
crushes.
Drinks, yeah. I like Boat Drinks.
Now that I think might be my favorite song.
Boat drinks.
Yeah.
Good
I've
call.
been jamming a lot to Nautical Wheelers. That's been one I've been into a lot. Yeah.
You've seen the video of him doing it at I forget where it is, but it's one of the islands off of Key West. It's like one of the pre-Key West islands. It's live in 73 or 74. You ever seen the video?
No, I don't think I've ever seen.
Was it?
Awesome. It's totally worth it.
Is it in that? Have you seen?
Tales from Margarita Vision.
I've seen that. Yeah.
It's in that.
Oh yeah. Which I think that's also the same clip from All That Is Sacred. Did you watch that?
I did watch it. Maybe they used it in that. I don't know. I think it's part of meeting Jimmy Buffett or introducing Jimmy Buffett or something like that, which was like a promotional film they put together that MCA put together in the 70s, where they're basically going around the island and talking to people about who's this Jimmy Buffett guy, and then they cut to like a Come Monday or something like that. It's a really interesting piece of
Yeah, I've watched
It's
that.
like recording industry history, I think.
Right, right.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Scratch my brain. Sorry. I have fleas. I don't actually.
Please, Jimmy Buffett show, sea lice.
You do kind of have a captain thing going on.
Yeah, thank you. I take
that
that
part
as
of
a
it?
compliment. I think so. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
He's just an old drunk. And
That's part of it too.
How did you? Let's talk about your sobriety. How did
sure.
you find your way getting sober?
Well, I used to be a real booze hound, and yeah, hell yeah, bro. Well, I'd say a couple DUIs. I sort of was like, maybe I should pause, and yeah, I just kind of stopped drinking. I never even went. I went to like I court ordered AA for a minute, and but I never really like. It's a great program. I don't want to stop anybody from doing that, but I was like, this isn't for me. I kind of just like quit. I was like, no, I'll just stop. And I still like hang out. I mean, I'm a comic, so I'm constantly in bars and stuff like that, and do smoke marijuana. So I'm like what's his name? Raymond Carver. I'm like a Raymond Carver drunk.
Okay.
Because that guy and like Bill W. Like he took acid all the time too. So hey, whatever.
Bill W's Bill from
That's
AA,
the guy
right?
from AA.
Friends of Bill.
Friends of Bill. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
really, whatever gets you through the night, I'm all about it.
I always thought it'd be funny if we, for some reason we had to change the name of our band to change it to Friends of Jim.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Friends of Jim, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That is
And also, we'll just leave this for record for a couple years from now. But I've been thinking about dipping back in
To drinking?
a little bit. Yeah,
dude, Mike,
What?
it's Mike. If you want to have your first drinking, Mike? How long's it been since you stopped drinking?
I mean, it's been like 13 years.
I have Margaritaville tequila. If we want to break this, we can do it on the show. If you guys want to see Mike go back to drinking,
Well, hold on.
Vote-
This has to be a Patreon episode. We got to start making money.
the poll will be down in the comments. Ayden will put it in there. If you want to see Mike post a like and start drinking again, let us know in the comments.
Well, okay. So there's got to be some qualifiers here, because I don't. I've had like a change of heart. Oh, this podcast really took a turn. Where?
That's where I wanted it to.
Yeah, for sure. It was great.
A little too fluffy and light. Let's get into the
It's the
shit.
second episode. We're still figuring this thing out.
Yeah.
But
I figure every podcast eventually turns into some guy talking about his sobriety. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
may as well get there.
and the kids love authenticity, so I might as well put all the cards on the table.
Yeah.
But I've come like through like I guess I used to be a guy who was like, oh, like addiction's a genetic disorder and stuff like that, and then I'm like, neither of my parents drink at all, and I think I've just kind of like changed on that. And where I'm at now is like, I think these things are like a habit. Like you get into a bad rut. You know what I mean? And I think when I was just younger, I just got into a bad habit.
Do you have any Zens?
No, I don't. No, but that's the thing. I like stop myself from doing that because I'm like, then I would just be popping Zins all the time.
That's what I'm doing right now
Yeah.
in my life. It's awesome.
But is that like a thing? Like obviously your body goes through something if you don't have it, but it's like,
Now, here's the thing. My doctor told me that
This is amazing.
Zins.
what a great. This is the best sentence right now in America. My doctor told me.
No, my doctor told me that Zins are the healthiest way to administer nicotine. And yes, there are situations where you might want to use nicotine. Say, for example, Bob, you're on the road with your band and you have to drive through the night. Just pop a Zin in. It's not going to kill you.
Yeah, Dr. Tucker
Quote.
Carlson.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
I sat there, I had a gown on and just for a regular old checkup, his fingers up my ass. And it's like, all right, whatever you say, doc, why don't you stick a Zin in there while you're up there?
This is a doctor, just not some guy in Boulder you call a doctor. That's a guy.
Can you refer me? Hey, doc, it's been 13 years. He'd be like, yeah, it's probably best. Just go for it,
No, he's the man. I call him Dr. Junior Mint.
Good Seinfeld reference. But no, but I also think like I'm going to wait until like I'm 50.
Yeah. I mean, how long is that? Like 2 months?
I don't
No,
want.
I got 3 years.
I don't want
I got 3
this
years.
burden on me. I didn't do this.
No,
for the
don't
record.
be.
All right.
I think it's going to be smooth because here's the thing. I'm not like, I swear to God, this is true. I've never like crave drinking. Like the minute I like stop drinking, I've never had like a white knuckle. Like I've never had that moment. So what I'm saying is I think I'm cured.
Interesting.
But we'll see. What an experiment this could be.
Yeah.
If you guys stop seeing the show after we do the Mike goes back to drinking, just know that he was not cured, and we will figure it out.
Well, what I'm curious of is how does, as a guy who's not sober, how does being a fan of Buffett's music, and his music isn't only about drinking, but like it definitely has a hand in it.
It's
right?
mostly about
Hence
drinking.
listening to a lot about drinks.
Yeah, I mean, like like it's part of it, right? He's telling stories about drunks. What is that like? Because my manager's sober too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that is, by the way, the best part of AA. If you get into a good room, it is like a comedy club. Like people who have just amazing stories, and the people that like I remember gravitating towards were the people that looked at it with like a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
There was way too many people. That was the other reason why I got out was like there were too many people wallowing in this stuff where they're just like I'm like, dude, you could just chill out a little bit. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm from the Midwest, and I was a teenage parrot head. So I mean, I have a lot of.
So you were a fucking
Yes, and I went to Catholic school. I was around Irish Catholics my entire life. So we were like hard drinking, like 14-year-olds. You know what I mean? So I have like, I used to think like, oh, I've got enough good stories to last me a while. But as you get older, you need some new material.
I mean, no, I get it. I
Trust
had my
me.
first taste of alcohol at a Buffett concert, and I was probably too young, but I also was probably the same age that most young men in America have their first taste of alcohol.
Which how old?
I would have been 13.
Yeah.
And I mean, I didn't get like hammered. I definitely acted like I was hammered.
Yeah.
To, like,
Did you ever pull the
be
trick
cool.
on?
Yeah,
Did you ever pull the
super
trick on
cool.
somebody
Yeah.
where you gave them non-alcoholic and see what they would do?
Oh, so
No.
they would
That was always like a
still,
fear. Like if we went to like a kegger,
Yeah.
that somebody would be like, I heard it's O'Doul's, and then there would be like a bunch of people acting drunk. I don't think anybody ever actually did that.
That's the issue with like growing up and like having your family members all be like Jimmy Buffett fans, because you never see the negative side of alcoholism is always what I say, because you're always like, oh yeah, my family all drinks and we just have a great time. It's like we just hang out. I mean, like we sing songs, we get swimming in the pool. I mean, you're just chilling out.
Well, at this age, I've definitely seen people who probably should have stopped a long time ago, and it's like you might want to stop. It's not working out for a couple people.
I mean, it ages you, I was kind of like chill in my 20s. I'm 33 now, but I was like pretty chill in my 20s. Like I didn't really smoke a lot of weed. I didn't really drink a lot, mostly because I was broke. I was just a broke musician. And now that I'm finally welcome into green rooms, they let me in. It's like I'm really like diving back into booze, and it's awesome.
And it's so much fun.
It's so much.
so
Oh
much
my
fun.
God! And the morning after, best part, dude. It's my favorite part
You
of
just
it.
power through.
Yeah.
People don't realize you have to power through.
I said, you wake up and you throw up and you go for a run, and then you get going again. It's just
yeah, I mean that does sound pretty. I mean, right now
I'm
like,
not trying to convince
No,
you. of
no,
anything.
but
I'm more
ri-
talking to him.
I am
Sick.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's the best.
But right now, I could go to a comedy club and they would give us free drinks, but instead I'm getting free cheese sticks.
Yeah.
So I don't know which trade-off is better here.
Yeah, I would stick to the cheese sticks, personally.
Zany's has pretty good cheese sticks, by the way.
They do have good cheese
Those
sticks.
are some of the best in town. Well, I don't know. Stick around, folks. Let's see.
We'll see what happens.
We're doing every song. We got 348 songs to get through. Let's.
Yeah,
that'll
pretty
be
soon,
3
Mike will
years.
be wearing a captain's hat backwards. It's going to be real fun.
As long as I have a beautiful mugshot, like a Busey or a Nolte-esque mugshot, that would be great.
A James Brown.
Yeah, we'll just put it right on the wall there. That'd be great. Well, Bob, I think we're going to wrap it up. We're going to leave it on that cliffhanger.
Stick around, everybody. Subscribe to the Patreon. We'll see what happens.
2 episodes in, I'm already talking about falling off the wagon. Dude, thanks so much for being here and being honest. Let's plug the tour one more time. They can check it out at jammybuffet.com.
Jammy, I will say we are technically pronounced Jammy Buffet. It's a reference to the intro of Slow Boat to China.
That's right. Yeah.
So yeah, Jammy Buffet, 1t.com has all of our tour dates, October 9th to November 2nd. all throughout the Southeast. And then we're going out to California mid-November. And then I'm going to be back here in Nashville after that Chiefs show for a thing called Sing for Fing, which is a benefit concert that happens at 3rd and Lindsley to benefit the Alzheimer's Foundation of America in the name of Fingers Taylor, harmonica player for the Coral Reefer Band.
Yeah.
So be a lot of good people there. A lot of scene will be there. So, come out to every one of those shows.
Excellent, dude. Well, thanks for being here. And how did we decide to end shows?
Wasting away again in my...
That's as good as
it'll get.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and make sure you check out our next episode coming Monday.